Meditation 23. Waiting for Divine Intervention.
My dear Lord Shamasundara, here I am, all yours, sitting on a rock a few inches above the water. This rushing water could carry me away just by one tilt backwards or one bow forward. This, my Lord, is actually my condition. Somehow or other, you have allowed me to be a few inches above the mundane. I am seemingly in an elevated situation, but I could tilt backwards or forwards and be absorbed in the ocean of sense gratification. I must never forget that any mercy I have is simply your causeless mercy, even though I am so unworthy. Many have taken this seat, my Lord, and have forgotten how it is by your mercy that they can be a few inches above the turbulent ocean of nations. Some thought it was by their own merit and agility that they had secured a position of stability and elevation. When such persons become inattentive, even for one moment, they can lose their balance, making fools of themselves and subsequently abusing your mercy. My dear Lord, we have practically all done this. I have also been extremely foolish. However, you have overlooked my faults many times. Please forgive me. I am so immature. My dear Lord Shamasundara, Buddha sat under the famous Bodhi tree, prepared never to leave until he attained samadhi. Hiranyakasipu stood on his toes, practically stopping all of his bodily functions. He was so intense in his austerities that Brahma appeared to bestow benedictions. Dhruva Maharaj stopped eating and sleeping. Controlling the prana in his body, he affected the collective prana of the universe. Rantideva fasted for a long time, and even though he was starving, he gave away what little food and drink he had. The demigods, in their appreciation, offered him whatever benediction he desired. The poor Brahmin was so fixed in his daily austerity of reading the Gita that even though he was illiterate, he got your mercy. You were so pleased with his purity that you personally embraced him. Salvia offered his own flesh to obtain a benediction. Lord Shiva was obliged to appear and grant it. The gopis worshiped goddess Katyayani to obtain Krishna as their husband. Lord Brahma heard your instruction to perform tapasya and engaged in intense meditation in order to receive the potency for planetary creation. Raghunath Das Goswami gave up all bodily maintenance, being fully absorbed in your divine essence. The sages in the forest of Namaseranya were prepared to perform yagnas for thousands of years if necessary to acquire knowledge of the highest Dharma. Now, here I am, Lord Sham, sitting on a rock in the center of this ocean. Do I jump in and end this useless body? Or what have I been for you other than an embarrassment and a constant source of confusion? I am so puffed up that I think I can do what most have failed in doing. I am so proud that I think I have a vision others can trust and take shelter of. I challenge all of my mentors with my pride, launching ahead with this great independence. I become a fender number 1. Please forgive me, my Lord, as I am so immature. My dear Lord, what a fool I am. What austerities would you have me do? There is so much confusion at every level on this planet. The materialists widely seek sense gratification at any cost. The spiritualists are a little more than hypocrites, as they live lives contrary to your teachings and the examples of the great prophets. Amongst the Vaisnavas, there is little true love and cooperation. Our society of devotees has created such a circus that the Krishna conscious movement you left behind has seemingly already been destroyed externally. Around the world, people who are supposed to help us hate us, and the devotees who have been trained to serve you are deserting their ranks in great haste, confusion, and anger. I am afraid, my dear Lord, that all will be lost unless you allow some divine intervention. Advaita called you down with Ganges water and Tulasi leaves to set things in order. I know you respond to the cry of your devotees. Please hear the cries all over this planet as they call out to you in great desperation. I cry daily, but my tears are not the tears of a true devotee. Dear Lord, hear the cries of those that struggle to surrender to you, because only with your guidance will they be properly steered through these traumatic times. You have put me on this rock. If I cannot steady myself to effectively pick up the thousands, then what is the value of this life? Better to tilt forward or rock backwards and let this bag of garbage float away into oblivion. I cannot deliberately perform any great austerity, nor offer any sincere prayers. But if there is some price to help these souls, my Lord, I am ready. What can I do or give? As I am truly an insignificant beggar, lower even than those I desire to pick up. Oh, enough of these lamentations. Yes, I am most fallen, lower than the lowest. Therefore I can stand at the head of the line to make my request. This is the yuga to receive the great mercy of Lord Nityananda. So I present my case, pleading for divine intervention. My dear Lord Shyamasundara, what will you have this beggar do? I am useless, fearful, full of doubts, lust, greed, and sentimentalism. I have no knowledge or devotion, nor can I tolerate any hardships to acquire devotion. Dear Lord, before all Vaishnavas become as useless as me, please take over the situation. I sit frightened on the rock, waiting for your divine intervention.